300 new listings, 244 price drops, but only 117 sales. What is going on right now in Kelowna's real estate market? Stay tuned to this video because we're going to break it down segment by segment on a weekly new segment called Kelowna Real Estate Week. From price shifts to new listings to also insider trends, every week we're going to bring you and break down exactly what you need to know to stay ahead in this market. So whether you're a buyer, whether you're a seller, investor, developer. So now we're going to break it in and look at what we call the hot sheets. This is going to be the week in review segment that we're going to do here. We're going to go over the new listings hit every week, properties coming back on the market. We're going to look at the price decreases and follow all the trends. We're also going to touch on solds, canceled, and expired. So this is really going to give you an idea of what's happening in the entire market. So new listings, about 300, and it'll all start to make sense. The more you follow this, the more trends you're going to start to see. And if you do want to get more of this, you can follow her on our weekly email every week. We're just going to focus today on the solds. We got a lot to get through in the new segment, and we'll start touching on based on this. But we're essentially having more cancellations in the last week. Some of these cancellations, however, are going to become new listings. They're going to be either coming back on the market or they're just going to be relisting, taken off the market, maybe come down in a price drop and that sort of thing. Another thing to note here is we have 244 price decreases, which is a fairly substantial amount of it. Sellers in the market right now are trying to find that happy medium. If you are a buyer in the marketplace, that many price drops on it, you got a little bit more negotiating power than you previously had. Don't be afraid in this market to make some offers there. I think a lot of sellers are going to be happy to receive an offer, or even showings for that matter. We're going to look at the average price point for single family homes. We'll break down other price points in future for apartments, townhomes, that sort of thing. But for this week, we're just going to focus solely on the single family homes. And when you're looking at it, that's the overall trend in what has happened in the average price points. In May of 2025, this 1.143 was the average sale price, and we will break it also down by area where we look at it. So the average sold price, you can see how it's changed in the last 10 years. We had below $600,000 average price point. It's about $556,000, and it's increased substantially since then. See all the way to 19, and it's been somewhat flat here in the last couple of years, which is a good signal to have. But when you're looking at it, and we can look at the single family, but let's break it down year to date average pricing, but we're also going to break it down by sub area. So this is where it's nice to look at, and we can look at specific areas that you're looking for. If you have a hot neighborhood you're interested in, I can send you all these details here, but this is what's going to give you the average price points, what's selling year to date in those neighborhoods. So we're looking at it, we see Big White is actually punching way above its belt class and hitting everybody else pretty hard, aside from West Side Road, where you're going to get on West Side Road a lot of lakefront properties there. And that is huge. So these are single family homes, and breaking it down by the average price point. You can see the exact number, what the homes are selling for. Kettle Valley, one of the most desirable neighborhoods, is punching a bunch of sales there on it. It's going to be the number of sales for each of the areas. And this is where it's going to show you the actual activity and how many, because on West Side Road, it is packing a high number, but only 3. And in Big White, it does have an average sale price, but there's not very many single family homes in Big White, and there's only 2 sales. But when you're looking at it, 33 sales in Kettle Valley itself. But if you look at Lower Mission, the hottest neighborhood, 82 sales. You could have one bigger sale, and it will really dilute it like you're seeing on West Side Road and Big White. So that is just something, but you go through it and don't believe just the numbers you're looking at. You want to see, we can make numbers look however we want to make them look. So that's why I want to give you all the details on it. So we are seeing a few different sales here. We're going to look on this right-hand column here, days on market. So it's not a completely dead market for certain properties are selling fast. So you look at this one in Mission Springs, 4 days on market. You look at this other one on Martin Avenue, 9 days. It was listed before, I believe. On Butt Road, 4 days on market. So there's a lot of activity and a lot of sales. On the first week, there's a lot that are sold within the first 3 weeks on market. So if you do want to get some of these properties sold, again, on the weekly email, I give a list of all these solds in the last week, and you'll be able to access them and go through them. is the highest days on market we've seen is about that 56 days on market. So in the weeks in review, this is what we're going to be looking at on a consistent basis and looking what's selling. If you want to see where the highest price has sold here, let's just go to the highest price and the lowest price. The lowest price we had was on Village Greenway mobile home at $150,000. And the highest price, bringing it in, $2.8 million in Lakeview Heights there on Vineyard View Drive. So the market is turning all the way from $150,000 to $2.85 million. So there is a lot of activity in the marketplace. The hottest property of the week here, we got 1835 Nancy Way Court, under $600,000 at $555. You can't go wrong. Single family home, but at a condo pricing. And this is on West Bank First Nation land. So please take a look at this one. Built in 2023. It's got a great location right by the bridge and nice finishings on it. This is one of the hottest properties out there, and I'm surprised it's still available. So if you do have interest in it, look to the industry segment where this is going to go over different industry news. And we're going to say, looking at right now is the Canadian rentals. This was a new report for June for the rentals in June for Canada. And so you can see how we're seeing some drops there. Halifax, the only market going up. Calgary coming down, that sort of thing. But what we're going to look at the average rent by city. So you can go on this report and I'll leave a link for you guys and you can go in, but you can look to see that the average one bedroom is about $1,968. However, year over year is down 0.9. So the average two bedrooms, 2,331. And you can see how the trends are moving. And this is ranked number 25 in Canada. If you want to look and see all the other ones, Vancouver is the highest. So we've seen a little bit more of a softening in Vancouver. Saskatchewan increased, I guess, up 2% as well. Manitoba up 0.1. Ontario's down. Quebec's down. Alberta and British Columbia is down. All right, so if you got any value out of this video, please let me know in the comments. And anything you'd like to see in future episodes of the Kelowna Real Estate Market Weekly email, this would be a great opportunity. And if you haven't already, subscribe to it so I know if you're getting value from it. And let me know in the comments what else I can do for you. If you do want to sign up for the weekly email, as previously mentioned, drop a link below. It's in the comments. And check out these videos for more market insights